Hi guys, it's Jay from IAO Training Group, and I wanted to do a quick review on the Smith Wesson M&P Shield 9mm. I wanted to go over some modifications that I've done with it. I wanted to show you some carry options that I have, and just a quick little hey, how's it going on it. So let's go ahead and start. So like I said, this is a Smith & Wesson 9mm for the Shield. I have the one without the safeties on the rear here, simply because I'm converting from Glock to Smith & Wesson, and obviously Glock doesn't have the safeties. They have the drop safety, trigger safety, firing pin block safety, but and Smith & Wesson has the same thing here. This is also a striker-fired weapon. Smith & Wesson says it should retail somewhere around $449. I think I picked this one up for around $500. And kind of fell in love with it the minute that I got it. The first Smith & Wesson M&P I got was the full size, again 9mm, and kind of have just fallen in love with the entire line. I now own the Shield here, the compact, the full size, and the M&P 15 or the 5.56-223. So let's go ahead and make sure this thing is clear. Nothing in the magazine there, nothing in the thing or ear. There's no ammo on the table here. The Shield comes in at just over 6 inches, 6.1 I think is what it is. Width is about an inch. I think Smith & Wesson says it's 0.95 inches, but that's close enough to an inch for me. And the height is roughly 4.5, and they measure from top of the slide here to the bottom of this, so not counting sights, or if you have the extended magazine like I do, it actually comes in a little bit bigger than that. It comes with its standard trigger. I went ahead and changed the trigger on this. I took out this one. I left the plastic trigger actually in, but I changed out the inner workings of it and installed the Tactical Duty Carry Action Enhancement Kit, which actually dropped it from 6.5 pounds to just about 5 pounds. I don't have a trigger gauge on it. My armor at my local gun shop did it for me, and I actually verified that's actually what it is. I don't do enough. I am an armorer for Glock, and I do some maintenance on Smith & Wesson, but I can't justify to going out and spending the money on the trigger gauge when I get it set, and I don't ever play with it after that. So anyway, I got the Carry Action Enhancement Kit on here, and it brought it down to about 5 pounds. It took away that grittiness. It took away that sluggishness on it. It takes it right to the wall, and I know that I've got about another pound or so, and it breaks each time. Great reset. Right there, you hear the click, and you're ready to do it again. So it's a good audible, good click on it. So it comes in very well there. I also, they came with the standard white dot sights on it, 2 in the rear, 1 in the front. I took those off. I put on the Day Glow Orange Ameriglow sights, orange in the front with tritium in it, and completely blacked out, smooth on the back. Now on my carry, on my compact, I actually put the serrated on there because it's slightly larger, but it tends to catch a glare sometimes. This one, if you can see it here, I'm not sure if you can see that, but this one actually, see how it angles back towards you, so that even if the sun is coming straight down on it, you don't get that glare. It almost creates a shadow for you, so you don't no glare here. But on the compact, that angle is not there, so I went ahead with the serrations that are in the back. Again, it takes off the glare. It's great. See if I can get this in here so that you can see that dot in there. There you go. Great index on it. Bam. All you got is to see it, pull the trigger, and it's on. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see the glow on it or not. You can see a little bit there for night shooting. The Shield does not have any rails, doesn't have Picatinny rails or anything like that on the front, so if you wanted to put a lighter laser on it, you'd have to get the one that attaches here. Honestly, I've never seen one like that. I couldn't tell you how it works. I've never shot one like that, but I do know that they're out there and you can put them on. I do carry my compact and my full-size M&P with a light on them. I carry a small light in my pocket, so if I have to use this, I can pull it out, either using the FBI, two-handed, under the chin, cross, however I want to. Not necessarily that proficient in it, but at least I'm capable of spotting a target and then putting rounds on target here. So let's go ahead and take it apart, just kind of a demonstration on how it's done here. It's pretty simple. Just like any other polymer. Take the slide forward. Once I get to this point, pull the trigger, it comes right off. Buffer spring out. Barrel out, and then slide or upper receiver on here. This is the one drawback that I have. You go to break this down and clean it. It's your standard. I never put any oil on this part of the weapon here. The only time I put oil in here is 4 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4. As you can see here, where it's worn off. These are the contact points it has with the metal frame. Nothing else here really contacts, with the exception of the sear here. Some people will say they'll do that. What I ended up doing was taking very fine sandpaper and just rounding this off a little bit so it runs nice and smooth. And then, of course, when I put the duty carry enhancement here, I changed this out, changed the backside of the firing pin here. So it all allows it to be nice and smooth and glides over. No need to put any type of oil in or anything like that. And then obviously we have the grooves here, which is where the contact points are, here and here, here and here, that slide along. Really the only place you need to put it. You really don't want to put anything here along the firing pin, because if that gums up, then it's not going to work very well. So the only drawback to this is, in order for me to do detailed maintenance on this, in other words, to take out the firing pin, take the spring out, take the sear out, take the extractor out, and clean actually in here, I have to take the rear sight off. It's the only way to get to any of this. It's not like Glock where I can just pop the back off and take it all off. The rear sight must come off for me to get in to do some of these things. Now I put an aftermarket sight on here, so I have the aftermarket sight fits extremely tight, and I have in that little Allen bolt that's in there, I Loctited it so it wouldn't go anywhere. So in order for me to do that, I have to put it back in the vise, take the sight off, take all the parts off, clean it, do whatever maintenance I need to do to put the sight back on it, re-zero my sight, take it to the range, use the rear sight tool, move it back and forth, use a hammer and a pin if you need to. I don't recommend it, but that's an option that you could do, to hammer it into place, and then laser bore sight it if you want to, and then you're good to go. But to do all that, I mean, I seriously have to have something wrong inside here, and to have that fail like that would be a catastrophic failure on the weapon, and I think I'd have more problems than just taking the rear sight off at that point. But the barrel is 3.1 inches long. So again, this is a compact or subcompact, depending on the category. And since it's only an inch wide, this comes in very slim, single stack magazine, unlike the other ones that are double stacks for the full size and compact. So it fits nice and smooth in your hand. The rear back strap here is not interchangeable. It is one size fits all. You can't take it off like you can on the other M&Ps. So it's nice and smooth. There's a local company here I discovered at a gun show about 2 years ago, and I've had them modify my Glocks and stuff, and I'll do a review on those, called Mod 1. They're out of Richmond, Kentucky, and it does some great stippling work, does some great slide work, does some stuff like that, and it's modified just about all the guns that I have, with the exception of the M&P ones here, but that's soon going to change. And I'll do a review after I get them back from them. I'll pull out the Glock and do a review on the ones that I've already got done from him. But he does some superb work out there. And like I said, look for those reviews. I will post those here as we get to them. We'll go ahead and put this back together so we can go over some different carry options that I use with the Shield here. There we go. Didn't want to agree with me. There we go. All right. Normally not that complicated to put back together. I'm not sure why I was having such difficulty there. Sorry about that. I think it was user error and not weapons error here. So I'm going to go ahead and put the empty magazine in. Again, it just goes right in and it comes right out. Oh, my own hand was in the way there. But it comes right out. There is no slide catch on it. The Shield does not have a magazine release safety. It will still go bang. Without the magazine in it, unlike the compact. Smith & Wesson no longer makes them like this. If they have a manual safety on it, then it will go bang without the magazine. If there is no manual safety to it, when that magazine drops, the safety is engaged and it will not go off at that point. You'll do that all day long and nothing will happen. not this version that I have here. So anyway, let's go over some carry options that I have. The Shield is not my primary, sorry, I didn't mean to bump the camera there. It's not my primary carry, though I do carry it primary occasionally, depending on what I'm doing. I used to carry it all the time as my everyday carry, but it has now been relegated to the backup weapons category. But when I do carry primary, I carry it in this. This is the Black Hawk sticky sleeve or sticky holster. I discovered this. I had the Shield for about 6 months or so and was looking for a better holster than I had it in. And I had it in your standard, I think it was Galco I had at the time, hard plastic, outside the waistband, not very good, and wasn't the best type. I was actually carrying Glock more than I was carrying this simply because I couldn't find a good holster to carry this in. I was talking to a gentleman who was working at a gun shop and found out he was a law enforcement officer who happened to have a second job, and he showed me what he was carrying his Shield in as his undercover or concealed carry off duty. He was carrying it in exactly this, and what he was doing was it goes in here just like this, sits into your pants. However deep you want to put it, it's completely up to you. I usually put mine up right up to about here, right underneath the grip here, so that I know that the magazine release is covered, the trigger's covered, and everything is covered. And he would happen to be carrying it in the appendix style. I've carried it in the appendix, I've carried it in the 3 o'clock, the 4 o'clock, and the cross draw at the 11 o'clock. And occasionally I'll carry it center line as well. And it pulls great. If I'm carrying it in the appendix, all I do is, as I'm standing there, throw my thumb underneath my t-shirt or my shirt that I'm carrying, hand over, and the gun comes right out, just like this. The only downside to this particular holster is you cannot reholster while this is in your pants. You have to take this out of your pants, put it back in, and then slide the whole mechanism back in there. Now I know there's some people out there that say, hey, soft holsters are bad. This is originally made for a pocket, but I've never carried it in the pocket simply because you put something this bulky in your pocket, everybody knows it's there. I cannot, and people say you'll be able to get to the trigger, something will get in there, it'll go bang. We'll go ahead and reset that trigger so that you know that it's there. And I cannot get my hands in there and use that trigger. It's just, even if I squeeze it together, I can't disengage the trigger. I can't have that trigger go fire. One-handed trying to get it in, back on the backside trying to get it in, trying to get it to push back like this. It's not going to happen. The only way I can do it is if I put my finger inside the housing and then pull the trigger. Well, I'm defeating the holster altogether. So unless you've got a hard tactical level 3 or some type of law enforcement holster like that, all of them are going to be allowed something to get in like that. So you're running the same risk you do with this as you do with just about any other holster. So I've carried like this for 3 years now. Never had an incident, never had a problem. Now recently this has gone as my secondary. So I'm not carrying it as primary anymore, but I still will use this depending on what I'm doing for the day. Next holster I'm going to show you guys is that hybrid holster. It's that leather and kydex that goes on top of it. And this holster is made by a little small company out of Texas called White Hat Holsters. And I'm not sure if you can see their logo here at the top here. The hat, it says White Hat, and it says whitehat.com underneath of it. I actually saw this on another YouTube's channel, Hickok 45, was going over different types of holsters, and he'd mentioned this company, and I looked him up online and ordered one, and simply fell in love with this holster. This is a horse hide, so it's nice and smooth in the back now. I've worn off the suede off of it. I carry this so much. But what makes this holster so great is you can change the depth of the holster. Let me flip it around so you can see. So you can change these screws for your things and go deeper or shallow, or you can change one up and one down to change your cant, which is how I've got it now, because if you were to line up the belt, my cant actually goes like this. So it's actually even more forward than the holster itself is canted. And all the holes for them are drilled in the exact same spot. So if I wanted to put a 1911 on this, I would just go order the $22 1911 kydex part, take this one off, put that one on, and bam, I can carry my 1911s, which is what I originally did, but now I've gone and bought a second leather for my 1911s, and I've got a third leather for my my Glock that I carry. But what's unique about this particular holster, and what I want to show you is, this is the Shield, obviously, as we're reviewing, and I bought the Shield here, and it fits right in there just like that. when your pants and stuff go over top of it, it's all nice and covered. And I got the max cut, which you can see here. I'm sorry, you can see here. I can get my hand right in there even when I'm wearing it, and it comes right out just like that. But I found that this little piece here, if I dremeled it out, and I'm going to show you my Smith & Wesson compact here. It's clear, empty, there's nothing in it, okay? So here's the shield, here's the compact. I haven't changed this holster at all, and that holster fits right in there, okay? Doesn't come out, sits in nice and good, and that's all great and hunky-dory. And I'm going to do a review on the compact later, but I just wanted to show you that. But wait, there's more. This is the Smith & Wesson full size, 9mm. These are all 9mm. Cleared here, nothing in it, no magazine in there. It's all good to go. I haven't touched this at all, and that fits right in. Okay, so that Kydex coupled with this cowhide fits all three of my guns. And this is not a universal holster. This is not one of these generic universal holsters. This is designed for the Shield, but because the leather gives in the back here, okay, as you can see, it's bowed, and my body weight is what keeps it in. And you can see the indentations of each size gun as I put it in there. I can carry all three of these right here in front of us. You know, the Shield, the compact, and the full size, all in one particular holster. Love this holster. It looks kind of big, but once you break it in, hands down, I got rid of all my other holsters that I carried inside the waistband, and now this is the only one that I carry, and I love this thing. There are drawbacks to this one, though, which we're going to talk about. Let me get rid of these real quick. There are all drawbacks to that. You wear it in the 3 to 4 o'clock position, and it can print, depending on what you're wearing. So recently, like I said, this has gone to my secondary. Recently, I have gone to the ankle holster. Now, I know the ankle holster, people no, they're death traps, no, they don't work, you shouldn't do it. Keep in mind, this is not my primary gun. My primary gun now is the Smith & Wesson Compact. That's this one here, is my primary. And then if it's in the wintertime and I'm wearing big jackets, I'll even carry the full size. This now goes, obviously, on my ankle. This is a Galco ankle light holster. Has a retention snap here with a metal band. That all it takes is to put pressure on it and pull the gun out. Now, like I said, I've only had it for a week. The gun's been sitting in it for almost an entire week now, so that I can try and stretch out that suede leather. Not a quick draw. And again, ankle holsters are not designed to be quick draws. This is my secondary. But I will tell you, I've discovered something while carrying it around and walking around with it. And again, do the standard 100 draws before I like it, and I'm in the process of doing that now. This is the 8-round magazine. I do not carry the 8-round magazine when I carry it in the ankle holster. If I'm carrying it in any one of these other holsters, here or here, then I'll put the 8-round magazine in. So 8 plus 1 will give me 9, obviously. I carry, and the Shield comes with the 7-round magazine, and the 8-round magazine comes with 1.7 and 1.8. I carry the 7-round magazine in here because simply, if you see that notch right there, that notch that sits right there, the 7-round magazine fits flush right there, and that's where they get that 4.5 inches from that flush magazine to the top of the slide up here, not the sight. My jeans specifically will catch on an 8-round magazine. They'll catch right there. As you're trying to draw, you're trying to pull them up to draw the weapon out, they'll catch. But if I'm wearing the 7-round, and believe it or not, and it just may be my jeans, you could be something different, so you try out what works for you. I'm just giving you hopefully helpful hints that work for me. Hopefully they'll work for you, and you won't run into the same problems. You're only losing 1 round. And remember, this is your backup. If you're carrying a second magazine, great. You know, it's not going to be that much of a difference. 7 rounds plus 1 is 8. There's 8 in here. If you're going 8 plus 1, there's 9. So you're 1 round off. Again, this is my backup. So if I'm having to draw this, I've already expended a full magazine of whatever I'm carrying as my primary, a second magazine of what I'm carrying as my primary, and now I've shifted to my secondary, either because of a malfunction, I'm out of ammo, whatever the case is. So you know, it's your call. It's your risk assessment, what you're willing to go with. If you think that one round is going to make a difference, then I suggest you practice, you know, drawing from the ankle holster with the larger magazine. And if that one round is not a significant deal killer for you, then just go with the 7, because it just makes the draw smoother coming out. Remember, it's a small gun anyway. It's not as small as the Glock 42s or the Glock 43s that just came out. But if you're using the Shield as your backup or an ankle holster, I would recommend just go with the 7 rounds. 7 plus 1 gives you 8. Same thing that's sitting in here. So, well, that pretty much concludes everything I want to talk about today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll be bringing you more videos, the compact, the full size, the M&P 15, the couple other AR-15 platforms that we have here from local manufacturers we're going to go over, and we're also going to go over some of the Glocks and some of the Glock modifications that were done by Mod 1, which is a great company that does some good work. Anyway, this is Jay from IAO Training Group. Hope to catch you guys out there. Remember, be safe. Remember, train like your life depends on it, because it does.